Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game. Oh, let's go ahead and cover up that timer there. A game between Yumiko and Th000 here on Bright and Dark. Yumiko spawning as the blue human here on the center right hand side location. Meanwhile, on the bottom left hand location, we have Th000 spawning as the pink night elf. Human versus night elf. Some of you guys may be wondering, why is Th000 playing night elf? Well, Th000 does not like the human versus human mirror match and often plays night elf whenever he would normally play another human player. So if you're looking for a human mirror match with Th000, those replays are very difficult to come by. Now, once again, thank you to the 2 people who signed up already under my Guardian Cross referral. I am hoping at one point that they do release the game on the Android as well, and maybe all of you guys out there who say, you know what, I'm on Android, well, maybe then you guys can help me out as well. But I'm still looking for a couple more referrals there. But let's go ahead and focus on the game instead. We can see Yumiko is going for a Mountain King. Meanwhile, we see a Warden coming in from Th000. Now, this is always an interesting matchup whenever we see that Warden, as the Warden is a very, very strong solo hero. Very few armies can handle a level 7-6 Warden, let alone a level 10 Warden. Level 10 Warden, perhaps one of the most imbalanced heroes I've ever seen. As we now see the Ancient of War doing a little bit of attacking here. Oh, why is not that Ancient of War uprooted? I do not know. And what is going on as the Warden now finally makes its way over? Here we go. We are going to go into an engagement. Oh, the Troll Shadow Priest is currently ensnared. And what is happening next as the Troll Shadow Priest is healing back up? That Ancient of War is going to go ahead and engage. And yes, Lady Lena has left the game because there is a lot of lag. Down goes one Spiderling. Let's see what's going to be happening next as the Troll Shadow Priest now hiding back into this corner here. Both sides are fighting. There is a Footman now coming over to engage. And what is this? We already see a Moonwell being constructed over here. And this is a rather odd choice as the Footman may get taken down. Yes, it does. A nice play there by Th000, building a Footman or building a Wisp. Where is it? Off over here somewhere. Come on. How come I don't see that Wisp? All right. Yeah, building a Wisp off over there somewhere, and then forcing the aggro onto the Footman in order to get the Footman taken down. Okay, Potion of Greater Healing has been picked up by that Warden. There is that Wisp now wandering around. Mountain King is sitting at level 2, does have a Wand of Mana Stealing, a very nice wand for the Mountain King indeed, as Stormbolts will be coming in rather quickly. Tome of Agility now being left behind as we still see more creeping underway. It looks as though Th000 is working very hard to try and get this Warden as high level as possible. Meanwhile, are we teching the tier 2? Not quite yet. Just getting up a Hunter's Hall, and perhaps we'll see some more Moonwells thrown down in order to do some more healing magic onto that Warden. Warden now simply wandering around the map here. Where is he going to go next? As we can see that there is a Wisp getting taken down by a Footman. Once more, Yumiko with oh, there it goes. Yumiko constantly harassing, and just a nice solid play there so far, but it doesn't really look like it's affecting Th000's strategy. Meanwhile, the Mountain King working overtime, gonna be doing some militia creeping. He's gonna be setting up a fast expansion down here over where the Voidwalkers currently are. These Voidwalkers will all fall. Down they go. Only Draenei Disciples are left here. And once they are taken out, I do believe we should be getting up. Oh, what is this? Oh, that is a Draenei Disciple. So the Draenei Disciple is healing. And we do also have a Fell Beast. So some interesting tavern choices as you're able to hire up mercenaries. I do believe that the mercenaries are actually different on each side between left and right. There is a little bit of imbalance in terms of what you can pick up, what items are there. Warden still moving around at level 2, does pick up a Staff of Teleportation. There is a Wisp over here on the top right hand side of the map, so that could be a very easy place as we now see a Footman getting ensnared. All right, that Footman does not look like it will make it out of there alive. It gets taken out rather quickly. The Warden now coming over. You see double Troll Shadow Priest keeping the Warden constantly alive, and this is going to be very important as the Warden is just doing a great job trying to get to level 3. Meanwhile, Mountain King now wandering around the map. Where is that Warden going? Warden has traveled all the way to the far side of the map, and it looks like she will be coming in for a bit of harassment. Blink and Fan of Knives most likely in the future. Here you go. There's a Fan of Knives. There's a Shadow Strike. There's an attack there. And so much damage dealt in such a short amount of time. Alright, this Arcane Tower looks like it may get taken down to 99 hit points. Alright, the peasants trying to repair it. Is it going to be enough? The Arcane Tower now feedbacking onto that Warden. The Warden will take it down, and the Warden has stopped the expansion in its tracks. Meanwhile, Ancient of War... taking some damage from a Troll Trapper. Not exactly sure why it did not decide to finish it off, as we now see Fell Beast, Mountain Kings coming in. And here we go. Mountain King apparently trying to take down this Moonwell. Coming across the other way, Tho is just trying to buy experience and time to get to level 5 and perhaps level 6 as the Warden now makes its way over. Do we have Blink? No. We do get a little bit of mana back into that Warden as the Warden quickly gets Storm Bolted. This could be very painful as the Wand of Mana Stealing steals mana, precious mana from that Warden, and the Warden now takes a little bit more moon juice once more and now on his merry way. Ancient of War still taking a bit of damage off to the north. You can see that there is one Huntress coming over here. Huntress is now coming over all together. There's the Fan of Knives right as the Stormbolt hits. Warden taking a beating but still alive so far, as the Mountain King still has one more charge on that Wand of Mana Stealing. A second Fan of Knives does go down, but not that much damage has been dealt. Replenishment potion now coming in as the Draenei coming in and healing up that Warden. Both sides engaging as the Scroll of Town portal moves everyone back. Troll Trapper will fall rather quickly to the glaives of the Huntresses, dealing all of that normal damage there. Warden still benefiting from that replenishment potion. That should be no problem as we now see triple towers underway. Yumiko looking very strong, really wanting to get this expansion up and running. And once this expansion is up and running, I do believe that Yumiko will have a bit of an advantage. But this is bright and dark, and there is plenty of places in order to just try and creep, as you now see the Warden making a move across the map. There you go. Warden takes a lot of damage here. You can see that the Voidwalker coming in with cold arrows. And this is an interesting combination. Mountain King unable to get off a Stormbolt on any of those units here. You can see Clarity Potion in addition to the Draenei Disciple constantly healing. And there are no more Troll Shadow Priests, though, surprisingly. The Draenei Disciple may, in fact, heal this Warden back up to full, as the Warden should be able to come back in over the top. However, the Mountain King may try to come in with the Stormbolt. There is a Stormbolt on a low hit point Huntress. There it goes down, but the Shadow Strike now comes in as well. All right, the Voidwalker looks like it will get taken down. Warden still has very little mana there, as a Stormbolt now hits the Warden. Warden down to, 151 hit points, but the Huntresses are now all there. Mountain King may come back around again, and the Mountain King wants to finish off that Draenei Disciple. At the very least, it goes down, and both sides are just absolutely wrecking each other, but I would give an advantage to the human. Yumiko currently, with the expansion, he has a stronger army. He has a decent supply, 34 over 36 compared to 39 over 40. Tho needs to get a lot of units over here and in a hurry, but with so many towers, Yumiko can defend this point rather easily. More Huntresses now making their way over, but we have Glaive Thrower, folks. Glaive Thrower is actually being used here, as we are still at tier 1. Glaive Throwers at tier 1. This is not something that you normally see, even though this is just a standard siege unit. Normally, people do not use Glaive Throwers for some strange reason, as the Warden quickly gets bolted, takes a lot of damage, and now so much damage coming in. There's a Fan of Knives. It looks as though the Fell Beast will get taken down. A very low hit point, or low damage, chaos damage that deals full damage to everything, and we are now seeing once again a Clarity Potion being used. All right, you can see the damage now as those glaives are getting thrown towards their target, and the Arcane Vault, the easy target here, as the Arcane Vault is siege. Now coming across, we are getting in an Ancient of Wonders, but no real way to heal up or repair all of these Glaive Throwers, as we are still sitting at tier 1, I believe. Yes, tier 1, but we do have an expansion already by Tho. So Tho playing with an expansion as well, and now Yumiko is a bit behind. Glaive Throwers are going to be very effective, as we now see Th000 transitioning off here to the main base, and this is going to cause more problems as well. Yumiko was not expecting this, now being forced to move all of his units off to the north. That is a lot of Th000 disciples, as we can still see that there is a warden here. Mountain King has sold some items, picked up a scroll of protection and a scroll of healing, as he is now running off to the north. Where is that warden? Where did the warden go? There you go. There's the fan of knives, and the warden takes a stormbolt to the back. Here is the engagement now. Warden taking a bit of damage. Militia now being brought over, and that's the problem with engaging against the main base. Militia will be able to chase down all of those glaive throwers off to the north. Down goes another Huntress. Level 4 now on the Mountain King. Mountain King trying to find a good position, but Yumiko not realizing that there's a giant pillar right there. Another Huntress gets taken down. Mountain King just leading the charge here, but with no speed scroll or no way to get faster. All these Mountain Kings can really do is just try and engage. Here you go. More damage being had. Mountain King chasing after those glaive throwers that do move relatively slowly. Siege units generally move slower even though they have superior range, and now the Mountain King may get another easy kill there. Yes, it does. Stormbolt on the warden, as the units are now all backing away. Alright, Th000 sitting on mass tier 1, using 2 bases and that mercenary camp. This is a human mirror match essentially, except for that it is human versus night elf. And what I mean by that is that mostly the strategy of staying on mass tier 1 and using mercenaries off of 2 bases is a human strategy. But then again, we are talking about Th000, who is a normal human player, so perhaps because he is playing on Bright and Dark, a map that is not that common, he has to go back to a traditional strategy. Talisman of Evasion has been left behind. It is as effective as essentially as a Ring of Protection +3. I've done the math, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Warden actually sold it. An additional +3 armor, as effective as it is, isn't as groundbreaking as it seems as a 15% dodge rate. So far, that Warden now is still moving across here. Are we going to see the walls? Yes, the walls are all going to fall. The Mountain King does have a Scroll of Town Portal. This is important, but the Warden is now going to catch some of these units. This is huge. There is a Fan of Knives and a Shadow Strike. So much damage being had. Th000 does get taken down here as the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability comes into play. A huge Creepjack by Th000, not even a Creepjack, just Transition Jack after they travel through this gate. Scroll of Healing, and now so much damage to be had. The Huntress may get taken down. Does not get taken down to 4 hit points, as the Staff of Teleportation moves the Warden down over here and now uses a Clarity Potion again. The Warden really using these Clarity Potions and also using these Moonstones very effectively to try and keep these Moonwells constantly full. If you're able to keep the Moonwells constantly full, your army is always gonna have a place to retreat to, and that is really what that Warden is looking for. Are we going to pick up another Scroll of Healing? Oh, yes, it is. And are we going to perhaps pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability and a Scroll of Protection, as the Huntresses are now once again charging in here? Mountain King now making its way back to the north. Yumiko is now playing a defensive game. The Huntresses are just simply that much faster that it's causing a problem for these relatively slow footmen. Voidwalker now making its way over as well. You can see the Mountain King does take a Shadow Strike to the head. Warden now trying to come back over. How much damage will be had, as we are still seeing all of these units now giving chase. All right, Scroll of Protection being used. Down goes another Warden, or another Huntress there, as we are still chasing after all of these units. Shadow Strike dealing a bit of damage still. Where are all of these units going to be traveling to next? The Warden gets off another Shadow Strike onto the Forest Troll Berserker. The Forest Troll Berserker does suffer a little bit of slow as well, and I believe the Warden is just going to finish it off. Yes, takes it down with the Shadow Strike. Now, Glaives, no piercing though, starting to take down the farms, and Yumiko is still in trouble. He cannot afford to lose either of these bases, and now trying to rebuild double barracks to handle his opponent. Do we see a blacksmith? No, we do not. And Yumiko actually having a ton of peasants on that gold mine. Not quite sure why he's doing that at all, as we're going to see a bit of an engagement from behind. Alright, this could be potentially bad. The Mountain King may be able to take down a lot of these units. There goes a Troll Shadow Priest already. Militia, Fan of Knives, as the engagement now underway. There goes a glaive thrower. The Mountain King still sitting at level 4. Could get to level 5 here. And now the Warden already at level 5. Mountain King and now at level 5. May try to go after the Warden. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Mountain King, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Mountain King still trying to engage. The Potion of Lesser Invulnerability should be going off in about 4 more seconds. There it is. So yeah. From the start of the sentence, Mountain King now trying to engage. 7-second invulnerability, Staff of Teleportation. Mountain King trying to do anything it can. It looks as though the Mountain King will get very close to level 6 now, about a third of the way, as the Staff of Teleportation has moved the Warden. Where did the Warden go? Down here, but still back up to full with double potions of mana and a Clarity Potion. That is a very dangerous Warden, as a Warden with mana is just so deadly. That Warden now making its way to the bottom right side. You can see that the keep has been upgraded down over here, and a town hall here. This is a strategy by human players so that they can call to arms at both bases. We are going into the lumber mill upgrades, and the Warden is looking where exactly he wants to try to attack. Meanwhile, the Mountain King wanted to attack and now being forced to run all the way back. This is going to buy a lot of precious time, as this base, or at least the Altar of Kings, may fall. The glaives are nearby enough, as now the peasants are trying to repair desperately. That Paladin may get taken down, though. This is going to hurt. And what is going to be happening next, as the Paladin perhaps is going to try to Holy Light some more units? Mountain King, rest of the units are now finally arriving to the party. There's a Stormbolt onto an Ogre Mauler. Is it going to be enough, as we now see Militia being called over? Arcane Tower getting in a little bit of feedback damage. There's the Holy Light onto the Mountain King, as peasants are now falling. Alright, Fell Beast now getting taken down. The Glaive Thrower is still pretty good on life. There's another Stormbolt. Another Ogre Mauler will get taken down here in just a second. No, not taken down. For some reason, not engaged yet, as the Mountain King still in position. There is the Stormbolt onto the Warden, and there goes another Huntress and an Ogre Mauler. Units are falling on both sides, as a Holy Light hits a unit there just in time. This is a Scroll of Town Portal. Will all the units stay alive? No. There's another Holy Light there, but Riflemen finally making their way out. Alright, double barracks here. No barracks here. Repairing of the Altar of Kings. And now I gotta say, Yumiko has the advantage with that Paladin. That additional Paladin is gonna help, unless Th000 can get up to level 6. Once Th000 gets up to level 6, all bets are off, as the Warden becomes a one-woman wrecking crew to take down so many units. Alright, does the Paladin does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. Does the Mountain King have a Scroll of Town Portal? I don't even see the Mountain King anywhere on the map right now. Yeah, I don't see a Mountain King anywhere on the map, as the Paladin now trying to do a bit of creeping. Alright, Voidwalker. There's level 2 on the Paladin. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, a Rune of Rebirth. A greater Voidwalker now joining in on the fight, as we can see more Riflemen joining in here as well. Alright, that greater Voidwalker, a very strong unit here. There goes another Voidwalker. All the units now trying to make their way back over. Arcane Tower not hitting the Warden, as the Warden is just out of range. Scroll of Town Portal now coming in. I didn't think there was a Scroll of Town Portal. There it is, as the Mountain King had the Scroll of Town Portal. Here we go, level 6 on the Warden. Shadow Strike, Paladin, and now there is the Avatar of Vengeance. Plenty of corpses on the ground, or actually was there only 2 or 3, as the Riflemen now trying to go after all of those Huntresses. Meanwhile, these Spirits of Vengeances are magic or completely immune to damage. You gotta take out the Avatar of Vengeance, and that Avatar of Vengeance is rather difficult to take out. More units now backing away. What can you do when there's the GG. Wow. So Th000 takes game 1 pretty convincingly, as Yumiko just realized he could not keep up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game 2.